So the homework tonight is on page 236, 15 through 36 all, and this is different than what's on the worksheet. You're supposed to use synthetic division to get your answers. We're going to wait and do 236, 44 through 48 all using long division on Monday. We're having a test on sections 5.1 to 5.3 on Monday. I will give the review sheet, on Wednesday. I will give the review sheet for the test on Monday. So you'll have the review sheet and page 236 to do on Monday night. I have already put the review sheet on Haiku so that if you want to get it this weekend, you can. Alright, so what I would like to do first is to go over some basic division problems just to refresh your brain about division. So you'll notice up here I have 15 divided by 4. Four into 15 goes 3 times and we get 12 with a remainder of 3. So, is 4 a factor of 15? No. 4 is not a factor of 15 because the remainder is not 0. So, if we divide 3 into 15, we get 5 with a remainder of 0. So, we know that 3 is a factor of 15 because the remainder is 0. When we divide 3 into 207, we can't divide 3 into 2, so we have to move over and divide 3 into 20 to get 18, and then 3 into 27 to get 9. We know that 3 is a factor because the remainder is 0. So today I wanted to start by going over how to solve problems that are monomials divided by a monomial and polynomials divided by monomials. So polynomials divided by monomials and monomials divided by monomials. You'll notice here that this problem, and this problem look similar. They're all the same problem, they're just written differently. You know that this little negative 1 means divided by, so this is really 5ab squared divided by 3ab. Then of course we have a division sign here, so this is 5ab squared divided by 3ab. And then of course we have a fraction bar, which means divided by. So these are all the exact same problem, they're just written differently. So to simplify these, we would cancel or use our rules for exponents, says x to the m divided by x to the m, where we're going to subtract our exponents. So we can't cancel 3 into 5. We can cancel the a's, and we can cancel 1b. So we get 5b over 3. That would be the answer to each and every one of those, since they're all the same problem. So the next problem I have is a polynomial divided by a monomial. Once again, remember that this is divided by. So you could rewrite this as 5ab squared minus 4ab plus 7a squared b, all divided by ab. But that's the same as 5ab squared divided by ab minus 4ab divided by ab plus 7a squared b divided by ab. So when we cancel, we can cancel our a's. 1b is left over, so we have 5b. These cancel and these cancel, and I get minus 4. This cancels and these cancel, and I get plus 7a. None of those are alike, so I can't combine any of them, so that is the answer to the problem. So the next type of problem I would like to do is a polynomial by binomial. We're going to use synthetic division. Before you start your homework on Sunday, you need to go back over this. Watch the video. Go back over your examples. Get a hard copy off the internet if you haven't already done it or taken it down. The first thing we're going to do is make sure that this is in descending order. It is in descending order from the largest exponent to the smallest. Then the next thing we're going to do is write down the coefficients. So we're going to write down 5, negative 13, 10, and negative 8. I like to draw a line here with an arrow and put my 5 here so that I've filled up that space. Now we have to decide what we're going to divide by. So we're looking over here to the divisor. We want to divide by the opposite sign of that. So what's the opposite sign of negative 2? Positive 2. We're dividing by positive 2. We're going to multiply 2 times 5 and get 10. Then we're going to add to get negative 3. Then we're going to multiply 2 times negative 3, and we're going to get negative 6 and add to get 4. Then we're going to multiply 2 times 4 and get 8, add, and we get 0. Please put a box around your last number. It is the remainder. So the next thing we need to look at is what the answer is. You'll notice up here that this power was 3. Your answer will start with 1 less than that number. So the answer here is 5x squared minus 3x plus 4. So you're going down x squared, x, and this is x to the 0, but nobody puts it there. So that's the final answer. So my question to you is x minus 2 a factor of this polynomial 5x cubed minus 13x squared plus 10x minus 8? Yes, it is a factor because the remainder is 0. Now we can check the answers just like we would check our answers when you had long division. And I would like you to check 2 of these by hand tonight. One that has a remainder and one that does not. So we'll take our divisor, which was x minus 2, That's the divisor. And we'll multiply it by the quotient. The quotient is our answer, 5x squared minus 3x plus 4. We'll add our remainder, if there is one, whatever it is, and we'll get our dividend. Okay. So to do that, we would multiply just like we multiplied a few days ago. We're multiplying x times each one of these, and we get 5x cubed minus 3x squared plus 4x. And we're going to multiply negative 2 times each one of these, and we get negative 10x squared plus 6x minus 8. We add these all together, we get 5x cubed minus 13x squared plus 10x minus 8. Is that what we started with? Yes.
What is that?
Sec-
To the right remainder.
Dividend. So the next example that I have stars by it. I have stars by it because it is an important example and you don't want to miss the problems because you didn't understand this. So we put lots of stars by it. This problem is really 6w to the 5th plus 0w to the 4th plus 0w to the 3rd minus 18w squared plus 0w minus 120 divided by w minus 2. So you'll notice here I don't have a w to the 4th. I don't have a w to the 4th. I don't have a w to the 3rd. And I don't have a w. So I have held those places. And when we write down the coefficients, we'll write down 6, 0, 0, negative 18, 0, and negative 120. So what are you dividing by?
Negative 2.
Positive 2. It's always the opposite sign. So we're dividing by positive 2. Two times 6 is?
12.
And we get 12. 2 times 12 is 24, and we get 24. 2 times 24 is 48, and we get 30. 2 times 30 is 60, and we get 60. 2 times 60 is 120, and you get 0. Is w minus 2 a factor? Yes, it is a factor. So let's look at what our answer is. We have 6w to the 4th plus 12w to the 3rd plus 24w to the 2nd plus 30w plus 60. Everybody good? Alright. So my next example, we need to put stars by this one too. We need to put lots of stars by this one. What is the difference between this divisor and the divisors before? It has a coefficient in front of x. That is correct. In order to use synthetic division, you can't have a coefficient greater than 1. It has to be 1x minus something. All right? So what we want to do is take 2x minus 3 and change it. We'll divide by 2. We're not changing the value, we're just changing what it looks like. So we have 6, 3, 10, and 14. So what are we dividing by? 3 halves. It's the opposite sign of what's up here. So we're dividing by a positive 3 halves. 3 halves times 6 is 9. And you get 12. 3 halves times 12 is 18. And you get 28. 3 halves times 28 is 42. And you get 56.
So it's 9.
Is 2x minus 3 a factor? No, because the remainder is 56. What I want you to do now is to remember that you divided the divisor by 2, so you have to divide your answer by 2. Everything but the remainder. So you have 3x squared plus 6x plus 14 with a remainder of 56 over 2x minus 3.
Where did
Why did you divide by 2?
You divide your answer by 2 because you divided this by 2. Because you divided the divisor by 2, you have to divide your answer everything but the remainder. If you had divided that by 3, you would divide your answer by 3, everything but the remainder. Ellen?
Can you divide the polynomial by 2 before you do everything else, so you don't have to worry about that at the bottom?
Well, that's the way your textbook, this textbook does it, but I do it the old-fashioned way because I think it's easier to multiply these numbers by a fraction than to have some of these fractions and multiply. So that's why I do it that way, but if you want to do it the other way, that's fine. You still get the same answer.
Wait, you get the same answer if you double the 3 over 2 and the 6, 3, 10, and 14.
Let me finish all of it, and then I'll come back to your question. All right. Okay, so I would like to look at the next problem, which is this problem. No, not this problem. This problem right here. I'd like to look at this problem because I want to do this problem by hand, and then I want to show you how to do it on a calculator. So I have up here 4x squared minus 2x squared minus x plus 1 divided by 2x plus 1. So I have 4, negative 2, negative 1, and 1. So we have x plus 1/2. So what are we going to divide by? Negative 1/2. Negative 1/2 times 4 is -2, and we get -4. Negative 1/2 times 4 is +2, and we get 1. Negative 1/2 times 1 is -1/2, and we get 1/2. Because we divided the divisor by 2, we have to divide everything but the remainder by 2. So we get 2x squared minus 2x plus 1/2 with a remainder of 1/2 over x plus 1/2. So if you have your calculator, you want to get it out. On this particular program, it's called synthetic division. You can scroll down to the S's or you can scroll up. You scroll up, you see where I have synthetic division. So when we hit enter, it says at the top, let n equal the degree of the polynomial. So what is the degree of this polynomial? 3.
Where's that from?
Like, why is it 3?
Where's that from? Oh, never mind. I got it.
Next, we want to find r, which is the constant in the divisor. It is what you are dividing by.
-1.
So we're dividing by -1/2. Next, it asks for the coefficients. The coefficients are 4, -2, -1, and +1. So it gives us our answer, which you'll notice is the same as these numbers. We have to divide these by 2 as well. So when we divide each one of these by 2, we get 2x squared minus 2x plus 1/2 with a remainder of 1/2.
Wait a second. So the remainder, shouldn't the remainder be 1/2 over all the other stuff?
Sometimes you'll see the remainder just written as r is equal to whatever the number is. Sometimes you'll see it written over the whole thing. So I don't remember what your textbook has. Ellen?
Why is the remainder divided by x plus 1/2?
Well, let's go back to, that's a good question. Let's go back to the review on this. The remainder of this, I don't remember if in grades 2 you had to use r is equal to 3, or it's really 3 and 3 over 4. Okay, so it's really over what you're dividing by.
Yes, sir. I need the degree of the polynomial.
The degree of a polynomial is the highest power of the monomial, is the highest power of the monomial. So you'll notice that the highest power of this monomial is 3, this one's 2, that one's 1, that one's 0, so the highest power is 3. I want to shut this down.